So what do we have? We need to talk to Jap. It's chapter 2, by the way. Anything added in a notebook? About Alice? Not really. Nothing new. But there are some questions to answer. Only one, though. How was the victim killed? We don't have any clues yet. I guess he is talking about the next victim. This one. So let's explore this very calming, soothing place. At the beach, don't even hear the ocean. Which is weird, to be fair. Pigeons sitting on the railing. Can you not run, Hercule? Doesn't seem to be a very fit man, so I wouldn't assume no. There's just a blockade. Guess there's no point going to the left. So let's just go down to the beach. Not some hidden collectibles or anything. Some stretchers. You see that crab? He's not running, he's like floating. Weird. Okay, let's talk to Hastings.
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems to be troubling him greatly. I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Certes. But how many times will he kill before I do?
Seems to be a little too stupid, that Hastings, for this role.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
I fear that this case is...
Come on, Poirot.
Alright, let's look at that body over here. She wears an orange dress. Yeah, she's somewhat pretty. Looks a bit like Keira Knightley or something. Okay, there are 7 clues to be found. There's the ABC guide.
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times.
Some wire. She was strangled.
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
With her own belt.
The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange.
And what is this key
Either
around?
the murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath.
What about this key?
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock. Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant.
I guess she was killed from behind.
She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it.
Okay.
These marks have been left by a rope or braided cloth. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Such a funny man. His little grey cells is how he calls them. So how was she killed? There was a braided silk belt. She did not struggle. Victim has marks.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Again. What are the common points between the Andover murder and the one in Bexhill? The ABC guide. And the other guide. Killer assigns his crimes from an ABC guide. Are the crimes in Andover and Bexhill the work of the same murderer? Yes. This letter doesn't prove it, though.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
So there's a new objective. We need to identify the victim.
I fear that this...
Same dialogue. Do we need to look at her one more time? No. So where do we do this? We walk a little. See where it leads, maybe to her stuff. Okay, we can look at the houses. I don't recall the number, so let's just check them.
This hut is locked.
Oh wait, we received a key. Small key found fastened to Betty Bernard's wrist. It looks too small to open the door. So it's Betty Bernard. 6 or 9. Could be this one. Can you? It doesn't want to open it. Oh, they both say 9.
This hut is locked. The key does not fit the lock.
Well, I tried it at the other one. Let's try it again then. Why doesn't it work? Because the 6 is the other way around, upside down. Thinking. Turn it around a bit. Okay, there's a mark. What does it tell me? Can't do anything with it. I guess it reveals a number. Yes, 715. Okay. So Let's turn this
A
thing.
dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
First the code. 7 1 5 the key. How do we... Voila. Open the lock. Yeah, and by the way, I failed to mention this same game. I think this is like a remake, but it also came out on the Nintendo DS back in 2009. And you can actually understand it when you're doing like these mini games where you just have to point the stylus a certain way. I'm not sure how different this game is from that game, but you know, came out before already.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings. The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me.
We received a photo. Photo of the victim with another person. A photo found in the beach hut. It's a victim and a young man, a well-suited couple. Nothing on the other side. Anything else? Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you, Elizabeth Bernard. 1931. The Ginger Cat Restaurant. Oh wait, we need to do something with that? Oh, we needed to turn
Betty's
it.
first day at work.
Ah.
Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
That's it?
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Go to the Ginger Cat. So we established who she is. She's Betty Bernard, 23 years old, lives in Bexhill. She was a waitress at the Ginger Cat. Alright. Let's walk. On the top side of the screen, you could see something about timelines. I didn't notice that before, only in the main menu. I don't know what it really does. There's nothing about it here, so let's just ignore that message for now. Further down the street, to the left here, or do we have to go north? I guess we could go here. There we go. Blocked by the police officers. There's a kiosk.
With all these tourists, these shops must be thriving.
Hastings.
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to...
You already said that once.
I fear that this...
Come on.
And he already said that like 3 times before. So let's head in.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
Inspect Betty's workplace. Hastings is already inside. Let's check him out again.
Hastings would probably like us to rest here, but the investigation cannot wait.
Alright, at least he says something different this time.
A delightful cafe. So this is where Betty worked.
Yes, indeed. Let us find someone to talk to.
Obviously, that's the person over here. But before we do that, let's check out the place a bit.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place, and above all, no creases.
Very well noticed, Mr. Poirot. What kind of name is that anyway? Poirot. So hard to pronounce. Okay, let's look at your mustache one more time. Oh yeah. Why is he flinging his ear? Something in your ear? Please put out your glove before you do that. And there's the personnel only door. Something in the jukebox. Can we choose a song?
What a pity. I don't have any chance to make it work.
That's a pity indeed. Okay, that leaves me to talk with this lady.
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat.
Why? Because of her glasses? No, because of her red hair. And the cross? Strict appearance. Okay, yeah, she looks kind of strict now that you mention it.
This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
You can ask her that.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
Miss Marion. Okay, so he created a diversion. Miss Marion is about 40 years old. She is the owner. She doesn't know very much about her employees' private lives. How do you know that, game? Okay, what is this? What are you turning around for? Just go explore there. Sometimes he's a bit stuck. What is he doing? Idiot.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own.
Alright, let's check that out. What do we have here? A puzzle?
These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?
We need to know her handwriting. 7 a.m. Millie, Mrs. Marion, Betty, Mark. So she was there at 11 on the 24th of July, and she wasn't there on the 25th. So okay, I kind of memorized her handwriting.
Where is Betty?
Over here.
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service?
Would she be alone? Well, I guess she would.
Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Who did she serve?
Who did she serve? I guess we need to get that answer from here. I think this is her handwriting.
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover, maybe the murderer. This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
This one, I think.
No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just one of these 2 times.
Oh, wait, yeah, alright. So let's look at the handwriting very carefully. What about this one?
Most probably a family. This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
Okay, then it must be this one.
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer? Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
Good work.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
She doesn't really care, does she? Not about Betty, at least. Go with the second one.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
Let's show her the photo.
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Young people no longer have morals. No, let's go with this first one.
Do you think there may have been some problems between them?
I'm not on those sort of terms with my staff. Now, please excuse me, I have work to do.
The customer who ordered the whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
Okay, so I kind of think maybe we should have buttered her up by saying young people have no morals, just to, you know, get in a good book with her. I'll try to make that decision in the future if it comes up again. Alright, so next objective,